We're back with Harrowings in the Passing Show. Good to have Joanna Antonio is Moscow joining. Looking at the little free library provided by the Romanians of DC outside my house. Here's my house. I live in the bunker in the back. But the building itself dates from 1904. And, it's good to be here live now in 2025. Putting out a little trash I found in my pocket and making my way to the Enterprise AI World Conference down at here are my lunch tickets. Supposedly I need those. I don't. I'm not sure where they are. Ah, oh well. Maybe I can pick a couple up. Because I think today is the day that I'm supposed to have them. It's Wednesday. It's the 19th of November, 2025. So I mentioned earlier. The Passing Show just brings you a little bit of who, what, when, and where in Washington, D.C. And what else I want to say about that? I don't know. I don't know what I want to say about that. Is what it is. We are what we are. This is primary documentation for historians of the future as well. I think whenever we're laying down these recordings, we probably don't think about that a whole lot, but I'm thinking out to next 700 years or so, next 1,000. And it might be of interest 1,000 years from now to know exactly what was going on here and now. And November 19th, 2025 at 7:47 in the morning on East Coast time, and how life was being conducted. Life was being conducted a lot differently 100 years ago. That would have been 1927. This area was built up by then. I'm sure appeared very different. 1925. And then in 1825, it wasn't built up at all. Farmland pretty much outside of the city of Washington, D.C., which did not even exist in 1725. So go back century by century, only 300 years ago, when this is part of the colony of Maryland, north of Potomac River, south was Virginia, and is now. And Virginia was much larger in those days, of course, stretching out without any real border to the west, the way they thought of it. But they tried to stay on this side of the Appalachian chain for the most part. That was the desire. 1720s, English colonies to reach out into the territories beyond. But eventually we built out that way. So by 1825, we're expanding and lots of states are being added. And by the time you get to 1925, we've got all 48 contiguous states, adding Alaska and Hawaii in 1959, year my parents were married. And then my sister and I came about with 50 states in the Union, some territories which we still possess, U.S. Virgin Islands, have a number of other things like Puerto Rico, Guam. I think the Marianas have been granted their independence, if I'm not mistaken, the Federated States of Micronesia. In any case, On it goes. Life in the moment as it happens. The passing show. Well, so I want to say about that. Not sure I have my. Oh, don't think I have my Metro Pass handy. That's not good. No. Oh, darn. A couple of them. Check. Oh, oh, no, no. We'll find one time that it was possible just to use a Republic. What I'm looking for, other cards, places, uh, interesting. So sorry about the seasickness if you're getting any. Looks like I don't have a Metro card. There. Oh, let's check the breast pockets. That's all right. On it goes. On it goes. Hi. Hopefully you have some. So I might have to buy one or decide to walk one of the two. Buy a new one wouldn't be bad. It's not one thing, it's another. It's taken out of my pocket. Keys I've got. Oh, thumb drive. Nope, nope. Metro card. Beautiful. That's good news. So you get life as it happens. You get my discombobulated self in all its glory. And this is kind of what I like to do. Sharing a little bit of my insight, not really any point in it, but enough to soak up metadata about the world into the camera, recording the passing show. Everybody is where they are due to choices they made, the most part. Unconscious choices. And being conscious, being awake and aware is highly advocated by me and by those who are followers of Gurdjieff. I think of myself as one of them, doing the work. The work includes providing this perspective, such as it is. If anybody'd like to weigh in comments, I'll take a look and see if anybody has. Doesn't look like it. If you hear Trauma Matrix Emma Lyons has joined, I think that's an interesting thing. A matrix of trauma. Hungarian American institution over there. Ambassador of Colombia's residence. I don't know what all. But we have the Walt Whitman to remember. Us in silence and dreams, projections returning, resuming. I thread my way through the hospitals, the hurt and the wounded. I pacify with soothing hand. I sit by the restless all the dark night. Some are so young, some suffer so much. I recall the experience, sweet and sad. Walt Whitman, 1865. Should remember the costs of war. And we get reminded of that every time we go up and down DuPont Circle Station. I don't know how many people take the time to read that, but I expect many do. I expect many reflect on the trauma inflicted on so many by the Civil War. And we need to keep in mind that we don't want to have another one. We have situations in our country these days that are difficult to unravel. Where the truth lies is anybody's guess. But I do know that the intelligence community has been playing us fools a lot of the time and using the power invested in them to really wreak havoc around the world. So that's something I think about, something I consider, something I try to stay mindful of, and look at the ways in which my life contributes to that. Because when it comes down to it, everybody has a part to play. Everybody plays a part, whether we do it consciously or not. We're not helpless. We are empowered to make choices in our lives. And there are certain choices that are difficult to make, but there are other choices that, if we made together, would really move the needle. Uh, and we have to be willing to inconvenience ourselves. We have to be committed to real change society. What's it going to take? How much are we willing to endure, and how much are we willing to inflict on others? That's a good question. I think I'm going to answer it myself. I'm willing to inflict my awareness on all of you all. And hopefully it's a gift that will be kept in motion, because the power of the network is really what it's all about. Network effects. I may just be one node on the network. Everyone else is too. Absolutely equal in the hierarchy. And it's really non-hierarchical. You get down to it. I love coming down here because you see so many people coming and going, rushing up against each other. Reminds me of the movie Run, Lola, Run. I don't know if you all ever saw that, but about 1999 or so, I saw it in the theater downtown. I guess it's called the Harris. And there, caught this snow made in Germany. This young lady, Frankie Potente, I think was the actress, running 3 times, uh, 3 different outcomes. Every time she bounced into anyone, there would be a series of snapshots that would layer on it, and it would say, und, as in this moment, that moment. Now, these things came in effect right after the event, and on it goes. The passing show. There you got folks riding on the trains. And this brings me to another German film by Wim Wenders. Wim Wenders, probably the right pronunciation, W's, Wimwenders, director of a movie called The Heavens Over Berlin, or Wings of Desire in translation, English, in which the angels observe us, see everything in black and white, eternally, never ending. Got 1 minute to the train. And so it goes. In any event, I'm talking on the phone to you guys. Mm. And just letting you know that I am, that you are. There are choices to be made today, and everything impacts everything else. Might be subtle, it may be imperceptible, but it's vitally important that while we're here with breath in our bodies, that we do what we can with what we have to be the change we want to see in the world. Be the change. Watch the Matthew show. I think I'll cut this here. I don't really like filming on the train much. But all of you have a great day. And thanks for joining.